Bad mamma jamma here. Oh yeah. It's got the basket. Please don't be locked up. It's locked up. Yeah, she's locked up tight. That ain't no big deal. Okay. All right. Now I gotta go see what it's gonna take to take this home with me, because look how fun that thing.
Now I have yet to do anything with this. Here, I'll put in a clip of all the work I've done to it so far. So I'm gonna clean up all these tools I just bought, which I think I got a pretty good deal for $100, and that's not even half of it. Anyway, I'm gonna get the clearing stick, get all this crap out of the way, drag this thing under the light, and we're gonna check out what we've got. Behold! I can't even keep a straight face. Folks, it's early o'clock. It's Friday morning. Let's go around and see what we've got here. First things first, the registration expired in December of 1981. Next, and I haven't messed with it. I haven't messed with it at all. We're going over this together. Take a look at the mileage. Okay, this thing is like brand new. Now, I've done some internet researching, and from what I've seen so far, it's missing. It used to have little covers that went over here, so we're missing those, which isn't a big deal. Another thing I noticed that kind of jumped out at me was that doesn't look factory, where this fuel line goes. Then I found this, and as you can see, it doesn't want to party anymore. I'm sure you can buy new ones, but like I said, there's no time for that crap. That'll be something to look into in the future. Otherwise, just overall condition, it was sitting in a shed on the basement clean out video, which if you haven't seen the basement clean out video, it's worth a look, I think. It's still paying off to this day because, I mean, we've got this, the old oil catch blanket under it came from there, just all kinds of stuff. Ask Bub, he'll tell you. There's the original dealer sticker. MacArthur Enterprises in Charleston, Illinois. I don't know if they're still around. I don't feel like they are. Now, it says Parrot on here because the story I got was this is legitimately an old lady-owned vehicle, her last name. So I'm going to leave that on there because it's part of the thing now. Now, it was seized up when I first looked at it, but it came out of it really easy. Because one issue I noticed right away is the throttle is completely stuck. The choke moves, but the throttle in the carburetor itself is completely seized. So I've got some spray. I'm also going to pull these covers off of both sides because I've never messed with one of these. I kind of want to see how it works. Now, other bad things I've noticed, the forks are leaking a little bit. Not, like I said, who cares? These tires are the original tires from, let's see, what year is this thing? 1978. Here's some more information, I guess. I should have showed you to begin with. So there's that. It's a PA 50. I think the top speed on this monstrosity is like 25 miles an hour. It's just adorable. You got to give it that. But 25 miles an hour, it beats walking at this point, is what I'm saying. I also got a windshield that goes with it. First things first, I'm going to get the car, just spray the shit out of anything that moves with some lubricant, including I'm going to take the spark plug out, which it might, no, it's not loose yet. I'm going to take the spark plug out, spray the cylinder so that when I'm, pedaling on it and moving, we're not tearing anything up because 200 some odd miles, it should be basically new in there. The fuel tank, I haven't looked. Let's see. What in the world? That's interesting. What is that about? I don't know. Is it rusty? Okay, it doesn't look very good. You hear that? It's got some problems. I assume this would all be covered by those side covers, which, Jeff, if you're watching and you've seen such things, let me know. Now, there's other odd things I don't quite understand, like this here. What is this? I wonder if that's like some sort of a, put it in neutral. Now, it says Honda V-Matic. We're going to take this cover off because I don't understand, and I'd kind of like to at least understand a little bit. From the look of this reflector, I'd say it's been down once. A little bit. Maybe. Now the tires, the more I look at the tires, the more I don't like the tires. But they're still holding air. All right, we're pulling out the spark plug. I figure I'll do it live and we can just see this together. That is basically like new. The grandson, I believe, of the original owner that I got this thing from said he had had this thing running sometime within the last 30 years. These little side covers are pretty ingenious. I guess if you ever had trouble going down the road, as long as you had a quarter in your pocket, you could get them off. Okay, so there's this end of her. Seems tight enough. I mean, look at the sprockets. This is a 200-mile unit. I'm just gonna try for spark. I'm not gonna do anything else. But I'm betting if we don't have spark, I'm gonna have to open this up and hopefully it's got like a little baby set of points in there I can sand on. Let's get that other side cover off and see what's in there. I wanna check out this Honda Matic. And and that belt looks not good, but it doesn't look that bad. So that's just a little baby snowmobile clutch. I guess that's how it works. And then this goes through, and there must be some gears and junk in there, which, like I said, I don't want to mess with any of that. Hopefully this thing's just going to take a little fuel and fire right up, and this isn't even going to be a video that makes it anywhere because it's so boring. Anyway, so that's how the thing works. It's simpler than I thought it was going to be. When I was a kid, a couple friends had one of these things, and if I remember right, they don't have a battery. So like none of the lights or anything works until it's actually spinning. I hope it doesn't have a battery because I don't see one anywhere, but if it does, I guarantee I don't have it and it'll be junk. So hopefully it's not a battery unit. Now the air filter, that's, what? Looks like it's somehow connected to this. Probably got to pull the engine. God, I hope not. Anyway, let's check her for spark. Because this switch up here, the decompression, it's moving. We'll help it out just a little bit here. Just kind of hose it. The on-off switch is not seized, thankfully. And we got high and low lights, and then a horn. Oh, I bet that horn is adorable. I'll be able to spin it by hand and check for spark. I don't know. Hopefully. That plugs in nicely. Let's see. Come on, you're a Honda. You just work, you know? I don't even care if you shock me. Just do something. Shouldn't that be... That should be making some sort of a compression, right? Like that piston should be moving. And it is not. What are we doing wrong here? I mean, do you really have to just pedal it that fast? I don't know anything anymore. Watch for spark, I guess. We'll try to. And I guess I'm going to get up here. This is the first Willet start that's turning into a workout I've ever done. There it went. Did you see anything? Leave it right there. Keep an eye on that for me. All right, so there's 2 screws to get to what I believe are going to be the little points. Naturally, the bottom one comes right out, no problem. This top one, however, is going to be a little bit of a different story. When you got a steel fastener and aluminum for a long enough time, they become too good of friends and never want to come apart. Use a pin punch, put in the middle, and give it just a little shock. Please don't snap off. Please don't snap off. Just come on out. Your friend's out here. Ooh. Thank you. Oh, there's nothing. So that's got to come off. So hopefully that nut is just going to pop right off. What size? I'm going to guess 18. 17, close. What is the best way to do this without tearing shit up? So I got these ridiculous things, but I don't want to squeeze that thing out around because then the magnets will hit the things they're not supposed to hit, and this thing's never going to work. Hopefully that's not in there tight. Okay, that wasn't bad at all. Comes right out. So there's the magnets, which are, it's amazing to me how not rusty that is. Are the tiny little points. These guys. All right, I've got these points sanded up as good as they're gonna get. So I'm gonna go ahead and sand them a few more times and then put this guy back on. Torque it down to spec. Hopefully we put this back on, it just works. And we'll get the fuel situation sorted out. Figure out how the hell to get the air filter out of it. Oh yeah, and this stupid carburetor being all seized and whatnot. Hopefully that just comes out of it, you know what I mean? Probably won't though. Nothing's happening. I really don't want to. Cable's not locked up, which is great news. Maybe if we just give that thing just a little bit of persuasion. Folks, I just realized something. I didn't have the key on. Oh, life would be so much easier if I wasn't so damn dumb. There's that. There's that. All right. Now let's see if we can spin it by hand. Yep. You see it? Okay. All right, so we've got spark. I can't help but laugh at that. The fuel tank seems to be and should be empty, but I want to check that first. I can't stop laughing about that key being off. I'm not gonna lie, I was getting really nervous there, thinking, oh, this thing's not gonna run, or it's gonna need parts that I ain't got. Come on, get out of there. Please be empty. Please be empty. It is. Uh-oh. Can you see in there? That fine dirty. Damn it. That's not good. Dang it. All right, we were doing good, now we're not so much. Let's get the tank off. You can't make this up. Look at how much shit's coming out of there. Okay, all right, well. I have an idea. You know, the more I shake this, the more I'm thinking we might be running a fuel tank in the basket. Because This is just, I mean, I can't put my finger through the bottom of the tank anywhere. But usually on two-stroke stuff, you know, the oil and the fuel kind of helps keep the tanks good. So I don't even know what? How much is in there? Between that, and I hooked it up to the vacuum. Look what it did to the vacuum. I haven't put any BBs in it yet. Oh, just got that shit everywhere. But I've been saving this old slingshot ammo for, I don't know, I guess for this moment. So now we're gonna, remember the shake weight? I'm gonna do this for the next 3 hours. Actually, this tank has a crossover tube, so the BBs aren't even getting to that other side. All right, slowly but surely. Okay, so this is what I came up with as far as a fuel tank. I've got some old weed eater style tanks, but they draw up and out, and I need gravity fed for this. So I've got this nice little thing that's not full of shit. And I got this. Now it threads in this hole pretty tight. I have a little bit of this. Will be the way to go here. And we're gonna try and stop just before it gets loose again. The anticipation is killing me. The RTV has had multiple minutes to set up. So let's see if it's gonna leak. It's probably gonna leak. Just a little bit. Moment of truth. I don't know what's fixing to happen. Key's on, she's in run. I probably ought to engage that. Hang on, is it just... Yeah, it's just piss and fuel. So the carburetor is stuck. Great. I'm gonna put just a little fuel in the cylinder. The key's on. Run. That thing's tough. Right there. Still just leaking gas everywhere. Horn works! Nothing else does. Amazing. This is horrible. I guess open the gas up again. Give a carburetor just to as if that's going to do anything. One more time, and we're going to figure something out. It popped. It wanted it. It wanted it. That carburetor has to come off. It's just pissing fuel onto this blanket. I want to dump more fuel in the cylinder just to hear it one more time. Maybe it'll do a miracle and just start working. Yeah, it's just not getting fuel. Literally though, how the hell do you even get the carburetor out of it? Is what I don't understand. You can't get it to the top, you can't get it from the sides. This cover is part of the main structure. I'm gonna have to Google it. We're back, I figured it out. We have to remove the engine. Okay, we have to remove the engine halfway. From what I understand, you take this nut and bolt, push this out, the engine should fall down and allow you access to the thing, to the carburator. So I'm gonna do that and see what happens. So let's just hypothetically say, if Nasty Customs ever became to the point where I could hire an employee, their main job title would be, anytime I say, oh, this is gonna be easy, piece of cake, we'll have this done in no time, their job would be punch me right in the mouth. So if that sounds like something you might be qualified for, send your resume to nastycustoms5150@gmail.com. But on a serious note, folks, this whole thing has escalated wildly. But we are retaining safety. So, the carburetor is unbolted. And I looked it up on the internet. The internet, according to them, this is how you do this. It's unbolted. And it's just going to flop right out. I said it's just going to flop right out. Hang on. Okay, so you literally have to take these bolts out as well, so the whole engine flops. But once you do that, this little guy comes right out. Let's go take this carburetor apart and see what we're working with. Honestly, I'm surprised this isn't the diaphragm style carburetor, being that she's a 2-stroke. But I'm hoping that this is just, which honestly, it's better that it's not a diaphragm style, because the diaphragm would be completely shot if it was. And I do not have parts. So hopefully this is just so plugged up with oh yeah. That right there will do it, folks. Every time. I mean, look at that. This thing is, wow. That little guy is completely plugged. Where is it? Well, it was. Throttle now works. We are right back where we were 4 hours ago or something like that now. I think everything's bolted. Turn the fuel on, and we've got the key on. We're just gonna go for it, because I am over the Hobbit at this point. Whew. Ready? Why does the throttle feel weird? What happened? Throttle fell out. That's good. Ah! Why? Let's throw some gas down it and maybe, just maybe, it'll go. Everything's on. Still nothing. What the hell? I thought we had it. Okay, so we plugged up the overflow. I don't see this working, but and of course the pedal's gonna hit it. Probably something to do with that stupid float. Ow. Cough. One more time, and I don't know. After that, I really don't. Ah, I don't know if it's camera shy. Also, it'll rip up the leg of your pants. So, I'll show you what I mean. All right. I don't know. It's carburetor, clearly. Come on, parrot. I think it's time to take it outside. My house stinks. But I take back all the mean shit I said about the Hobbit, because it's currently working. Come on. Also, it's raining now. It's like the more it runs, the better it gets. Maybe. Spoke too soon. Whoa! Wheelie machine. Really wish you would have seen that crash. What the Sorry hurt. I didn't get the wrecking it on film. I was out of frame, but it hurt really good. And this thing's too nice, and I got to get rid of it before I break it. All right, so here's where we're ending this video. This thing needs a carburetor, and it's going to need some fuel tank attention. I did wreck it off camera, but it only broke the windshield a little bit. It's going to be on the back burner. I don't know. We might do more with it in the future. But if you are wanting to own a Honda Hobbit with very low miles, like 240 miles on it, send me an email at nastycustoms5150@gmail.com, and maybe this thing could be yours. I will not ship it, but it's located central Illinois-ish. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this one. It runs. Just needs some stuff. Thanks for watching, folks. Y'all have a good night.